Welcome back, everybody. Welcome to Lethiguel's world. So last week we were discussing about cooling solutions. So today we will have a look on heating solution. And for that, let's first introduce ourselves. So my name is Michael Petisme, sales manager of the group. And today I will be here with Brandon. Brandon, how are you?
Fine, thanks. Hope you too. Hello, everybody. Thank you for being here with us today. So I'm Brandon Kivik, sales engineer at Lethiguel Europe. And as Michael said, today we'll be presenting something completely different from what we saw last week. We will focus now on our heating technologies. Also, in the meantime of this presentation, one of our colleagues, Bérangère, will be performing a trial with our Twiga heating stations. So she's a couple of meters away from us in our factory. And we will regularly get back to her during this presentation to be able to see the results of the trials and talk about it more in details. Also, do not hesitate to send us questions on the live chat if you need anything, and we will come back to it at the end of this presentation. Maybe Bérangère, you can now tell us more about this trial we were talking about.
Yeah, well, thank you very much, Brandon. So, hello, everyone. First of all, let me introduce myself. My name is Bérangère Vacheron. I'm sales engineer at Lethiguel Europe. And as Brandon said, I'm here at 20 meters from Michael and Brandon in Lethiguel's workshop. And we are here today for following a running test with our latest in-house developed product, the Twiga. But first of all, I will let Michael present you Lethiguel's technologies for our heating solutions.
Okay, thanks Bérangère. So welcome again, everybody. Hola Mexico. So now I will I'd like to use the three main mechanisms we can find for heat exchange. So if we go on this picture, we can see here an easy sum up of what happened on the three main mechanisms for heat exchange. So now let's start with the first one, the radiation. Radiation is heat transfer by electromagnetic field. Very complicated sentence to explain simple facts. It's something happen when summer the sun is striking you. So this is radiation. The second one will be convection. Convection is kind of natural phenomena. It's thermodynamics. The hot will always go to the cool, creating a kind of motion. So creating a movement. Could be the arrow, the blue and the red you can see here in the picture. This is convection. The third one, the most important for us today, will be the conduction. This is direct transfer, heat transfer, so by contact. So very important for us today. And now we will focus on what happened when we put one immersion heaters inside the aluminium. So we can here see on the scheme that there is two phenomena appearing. The first one will be convection. Again, as I said before, you cannot avoid it. This is thermodynamics. The hot always will go to the cool, and this is convection. The second point, and very interesting for us, is conduction. And you can see here 99%. How those guys from Lethiguel can provide 99% with conduction? This is simple. Let's have a look on the equation of the flux of conduction heat transfer. You can see here that lambda, which is the conductivity, is the key factor for that. If we have a look on handbooks and on thermodynamics values, we can see that aluminium is finally a great conductor. Indeed, if we compare it to the air, the conductivity of the aluminium is 1,000 times, not 1, not 2, 1,000 times more than the conductivity of the air. So this is why we managed to provide 99% of the conduction made by electrical power supply inside the aluminium bath. So how we are doing it? Using the aluminium itself. The properties of the aluminium itself is helping us to provide you such kind of results inside the aluminium bath. But when you assume that you put one heater inside the aluminium, you can have a lot of benefits. And now Brandon will highlight to you which benefit you can expect using this kind of technology.
Exactly. So as Michael said, our immersion heating technology is using conduction, the conduction of the thermal power heater itself, but also the conduction of the aluminium. So one of the main benefits of using conductive technology is that you're heating directly from the inside of the aluminium. So you will not have any loss of energy. All the heat created by the resistance inside the heater will go directly into the bath and spread uniformly all around the furnace. Another good point, if you compare to other technologies like gas burners or traditional radiation electrical heaters, you will be able to make a lot of economies of energy. Depending on the area you're living in, the country, and also the technology you were using before, we made some estimations and calculations with customers saying that you can have up to 50% of economies of energies. Another thing, once again, eating from the inside of the aluminium and not from the surface is helping you to be more precise in the control of the temperature of the furnace. You can have a precision of about more or less 2 degrees, and also it is the fastest and quickest way to increase the temperature of the aluminium. Another good point is that you can do all of this very quickly, but by preserving the quality of the aluminium. As you're not burning it from the surface, as you can make with a gas burner, for instance, the aluminium will remain always very pure, and you will not have into the bath creation of corrosion and corundum. So in the end, it is the quality of the bath and the casted part that will be improved a lot. Now that we saw the main benefits and the mechanisms of our technology, Michael will talk to you about our product range and our immersion heaters.
Thanks, Brandon. So now I think we can assume that the best way to heat up something is to go inside it with one immersion heaters. We can show you what is the proposal of Lethiguel doing that. So let's start with the first range of our product with I-type. So here you can see the first with diameter 32, historical one, and diameter 55. Why? More surface you have, more contact you will have, and as we explained before, conduction is linked with contact. So more surface you can have, more power you can give to your bath. Well, let's describe now pretty much how the element is compound, starting for the ceramic sheath. Here is a high conductive ceramic sheath, allowing us to give a lot of power to the bath. The second element will be the flange, to be able to, to adapt your process, to put the immersion heaters according to your process. And the third very important element is the extension. So as Brandon said, we will adapt yourself to the power supply, to your network. So this is why we develop several kinds of extension. So here you can have a terminal box, or here you can have a cable extension with a heating plug with 6 pins. Okay, so this is pretty much for the I-type. So now you can ask me the question, what happens if I have a low level of aluminium bath? The answer is just here. This is the L-type from Lethiguel. So this immersion heater was developed in purpose for low level aluminium bath in order to provide you the same technology, conductive technology. Where you can use it? You can use it in the launders or on the small level aluminium bath in some furnaces, but the main application will be launders. Here, we want to headline the elbow. This is a ceramic elbow made by Lethiguel, and this is a great performance made by our guys in production team. So now we discuss about our product, but we need to discuss about safety. I know that maintenance people are looking at us, and safety is very important for us. So this is why we had the option to have an internal thermocouple to control the element itself, or we can propose to you to use thermocouple bath that we are able to produce in our factory also. So now I think we are done with all the products that we can propose to you. And the question will be, what happened with the air? Michael, you explained to us that conduction is okay because aluminum is a great conductor, but what happened in the air? In the air, we develop a new branch of product, and Brandon will present to you now what we develop.
Exactly. So as opposed to the other immersion heaters that Michael presented to you a couple of minutes ago, we received a lot of inquiries and needs from customers to have an electric heater that will be used in the air without aluminium. With our heaters, it's completely impossible because the air is not a good conductor. So we had to think about it and to develop a new product, a new technology that can be used to preheat, for instance, a furnace or a ladle. That's why we launched a couple of years ago a new item called the air thermal power heater that we can see here in this ladle. The main difference is that this system is not conductive anymore. It's not made of a Cl sheet, but of a steel sheet, so it doesn't have to be into the aluminium. In fact, it has to be into the air. This air thermal power heater is made 100% to preheat a furnace after maintenance or when you buy a new furnace, or a transfer ladle before using it and before pouring aluminium inside it. So yeah, we have one standard product that has 10 kilowatts heating power and the length and the flange of 950 millimeters. And this is the best way to preheat a furnace or a ladle because using our technology, you will be able, first of all, to increase the temperature much quicker compared to other electric preheaters, but also it will preserve the quality of your refractory, whether for a furnace or a ladle, and then in the end, it is the whole equipment that you have that will have a longer lifetime. And talking about this air thermal power heater, as I told you in the beginning of this presentation, we have a trial that Bérangère is performing right now into our factory. And so it consists in a Twiga heating station mounted with 3 air thermal power heaters, so there are 3 preheaters, and we are actually preheating a transfer ladle of a capacity of 1.5 tons of aluminium. It's completely empty, and now Bérangère will be talking more in details about that trial and the temperature we achieved to reach. Maybe Bérangère, now it's your turn to talk about the trial.
Yeah, well, thank you. Thanks again, Brandon. So first of all, let me present you the Twiga. So as Brandon just said, the Twiga is a heating station which integrates 3 devices in one. So first device will be the HMI. As you can see from the HMI, you will be able to control all the heating station. For example, here we have the internal temperatures of all the heaters. The second element will be the telescopic lift here to take up and down the cover. And finally, we also offer a completely customized cover for heaters or even degazing rotors for instance. So just to have a closer look to the test we are performing today, we are here preheating an empty ladle, also called the Alserve pods, with a capacity of 1.5 tons. So here inside we have 3 air heaters to preheat this station. So just to have a closer look of what happened inside, we will take up the cover. Just for your information, to take up the cover, it is important to switch off the heating station for safety reasons. So here, as you can see, we have the 3 heaters. They still have their red colors. So thanks to these heaters, we preheated the ladle with a temperature of more or less 700 degrees. So now the ladle is preheated, we are able to fill in with directly with the liquid aluminium without risking a thermal shock or damaging the refractory inside the ladle. So this one, an example of the use of the Twiga heating station. Another example can be the heating directly the liquid aluminium, for example, in a transport ladle, but by using our immersion heater. Finally, another example would be use the Twiga for degassing. In this case, the cover will be equipped with degassing rotor instead of air heaters. So, as you can see, the Twiga is a turnkey Lethiguel solution. It will allow you to save space and energy. It is compact, it is completely adaptable. So you can use it in many different places and adapt it to your own production process. So right now, I will let Brandon and Michael present you other Lethiguel's application, such as our immersion heating furnaces.
So yeah, thank you, Bérangère, for this presentation. As you said, the Twiga heating station is one of our turnkey solutions for immersion heaters, but it's not the only one. We also have other types of products that can be used with immersion heaters. Now let's focus on immersion heaters furnaces. A couple of years ago, Lethiguel received a lot of inquiries and saw the demand of new technologies growing. And so we started to think about a furnace, completely holding furnace with immersion heaters. So first of all, we were making custom-made furnaces on demand, answering the needs of the customers, so respecting a specific layout. So we were applying very specific formats, very specific sizes, and also we were able to put degassing inside it. Everything was possible. But after that, and years after years, we saw that the demand was growing and that the need of electric heating systems into furnaces was growing, so we decided to launch a standard range of furnaces with immersion heaters. That's when we decided to launch the Alkaline Furnace line. The Alkaline Furnaces are with different capacities, going from 1.5 tons up to 6 tons, with the possibility to have degassing in line, Also very important, you have a lifting cover that will allow you to lift up the heaters to make the cleaning, the maintenance, and also to replace them. So everything is thought about your process, and we take into account all the key information that you give us. Everything is adaptable. You can adapt it to many kind of production types. So you can find this furnace in gravity casting companies or even high pressure casting companies. So yeah, very adaptable. This furnace will allow you to produce with the top of the range quality aluminium, 100% electric, without creation of corrosion, of corundum. And so yeah, all doing so by making economies of energy and also by participating in the protection of the environment. This furnace will be the way to show to your customers how qualitative is your process, showing the quality of the part that you cast. So yeah, Twiga, furnaces, but we also have other items in our turnkey solutions. And now Michael will present to you our Wattmobile system with immersion heaters.
Thanks, Brandon. Yes, now we can have a look on Wattmobile. To be honest, my favorite one. What is a Wattmobile? Easy to describe. It's a mobile cabinet. As you can see here, it can move easily. You can connect up to 2 heaters. This cabinet can provide to you 40 kilowatts. You can connect thermocouple bath, just like here. The idea of this mobile cabinet and of this item, the Wattmobile, is that the immersion heaters is so easy to use and can adapt itself to all the application. We just provide the electrical supply to connect our heaters to your applications. Well, it's perfect for a lot of application. I mean, just to guess you have a breakdown in one burner, or you want to reach temperature, reach your set point. I mean, your cover is not giving you enough power to reach the set point and you have to stop the process. This is enough. You just have to use Wattmobile with 1 heater and you can continue. Well, I will stop now because next week we have another topic with Lethiguel's guy regarding preventive maintenance, and it will be around this Wattmobile and the Flow Master device. So just, yes, to finish, this is a turnkey solution we have, easy to use, and people can ask why and where I have to use this Wattmobile is up to you guys. I mean, we can use it for preventive maintenance, as I said before. For example, you can schedule preventive maintenance for your furnace. You can just let your people arrange your furnace, and you can recover temperature before using this item. So very interesting, but well, I stop here. We will have a lot of discussion about it next week.
So yeah, now we're reaching the end of our presentation about our heating systems. Once again, do not hesitate if you have questions about what we've talked about today. Feel free to send them via the live chat or by email as you prefer. And yeah.
This is my first question.
Sure, go ahead.
I have a question for you, Brandon. Just guess I want to have 1 immersion heaters because you guys convinced me that is the best solution to heat up my metal. What I have to do?
So that's a very good question. If you want and if you're interested in our immersion heating systems, we need to have as much information as possible to be able to design it. As we said, everything is made on demand and no heater corresponds to another one in another customer's factory. So first of all, we need to know the power supply that you have into your factory. We work in many different countries, many different continents, and each country, each factory has different supply. So we need to know if you're in monophasic, triphasic, and the precise voltage that you have into your factory. Another important point is the temperature of the aluminium that you have. That's very important because it will allow us to design the internal structure of the heater to prevent any overheating into the heater that could cause damage or breakage. Another thing, we need to know as much details as possible about your process. For instance, we need to have a detailed drawing of your furnace or your ladle, depending on where you're willing to install it. We need to know if you're going to degas with our heaters, if you're going to do so, for how long, what type of gas you're going to use. So as much details as possible, because we will design the heater specifically corresponding to the condition where we'll be working in. Also, this is important because we will make some simulations that we are sharing with our customers, as you can see on the screen, giving you the power amount that we can share with our technology, and also how we can solve some problems that you have into the furnace. If you have too much radiation, maybe thinking about a new cover or something. And in the end, the most important, the level of aluminium, the minimum level of aluminium. Having this information will allow us to determine the heating length of our aluminium, of our immersion heater, and then prevent to have it working outside of the aluminium, what can be very dangerous for the heater itself, that can cause damage and also breakage. I don't know, do you have any other questions?
I don't know.
So let's see about...
What about the maintenance? Okay,
That's
do
a
you
good
want to go
question.
for it or I will go for it?
Okay, I will start first. So for the maintenance of our immersion heaters, we sell some specific devices that are made corresponding on the dimension of the heater to clean it. So it's very easy. You just have to scrub the surface of the heater and remove the aluminium that is remaining on the surface of it. So it's not very long. You can do it maybe once a week or after each shift if possible. And yeah, that's a very good question. The maintenance is very important for this type of immersion heater.
Okay, I can see we have another one. The average lifespan of immersion heaters. This is a good question, and my answer will be up to you. I mean, the warranty is 6 months for all of our products. As Brandon say, we need to take care about the product. Where the maintenance is a key point for the lifespan. Well, we can give an average. Maybe you can expect 18 months. It's depending your process, but 18 months of average of lifespan is something we can afford. Again, is directly linked of how you take care about your product, how often you clean it. And as I explained before, it's conduction. So if you have to avoid to create this arrow of aluminium around our heaters, you need to clean it. And I mean, if you do it well, you don't have any trouble with our product.
So now we have another question about the maximum power and the temperature of one immersion heater. So once again, it's very complicated to give an answer because each heater is made on demand, is customized, so we don't have the same heater in all our customers' factory. The power depends of the bath of the heating of the length of aluminium that you have. The higher it is, the more power we will share. Also, it depends of the diameter of the immersion heater. Immersion heater 55, as we can see here, gives much more power than a smaller one. But yeah, we can go up to, I had some customers with like 30 kilowatts maximum. I don't know you, Michael, if you had other...
This is a range, but as you say, all the products are unique, so that's it's up to your application. I can see here we have another question, how to regulate the aluminium temperature. This is a great question, and my first answer will be buying a Wattmobile. But well, I mean, inside, as I said before, inside each element, we can provide to you one thermocouple. So this will be the first point to make the regulation. The other point will be to use a thermocouple bath using a normal regulation like PID, something very standard. This is how we handle regulation. Nothing from another word. Very easy. And once again, you can use our product. The Wattmobile is perfect for that. So yes, this is the answer to your question.
So now, can we use the immersion heater with another metal other than aluminium? So yeah, we have some customers using immersion heaters with another type of metal, but it always has to be non-ferrous metal. You can have immersion heaters in zinc, magnesium, aluminium of course, but always non-ferrous metals.
I think yes, we have other application with plumb also.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, as Brandon say, non-ferrous metal is the key point, but once again, we have to make all the calculation, so feel free to send us your requests. And here, another question. How do you provide technical assistance? Well, we are doing it from ourselves. So that means we travel all around the world. So that means the same person we sell to you. The heater will be the person installing to you on your factory, the heater. So that means no place for lie. We need to fulfill our satisfaction, and that's how we handle it.
Also, sorry.
Yeah, go ahead.
Also, what I was about to say is that we have the chance to rely on some very good partners depending on the country you're coming from. We have some partners, for instance, in Spain, in Portugal, in many countries that can help you technically and commercially also if you're facing any trouble with our immersion heaters. So yeah, we can handle everything directly from here. You can contact us on WhatsApp, by email, but also do not hesitate if there is a local representative of our product to contact directly with them. They can help you much quicker in your home language. So yeah, maybe much easier if you have a big trouble.
I can see here there is another question. Why you are providing on-demand furnaces? This is a smart question. As you can saw before, it's so easy to put one immersion heaters inside the aluminium. So that means it's up to you to provide the great design you want to provide to your furnaces. So this is a key point from Lethiguel. We can just assume that putting one immersion heater somewhere in aluminium, we can just strike it. And it's so conductive, so we will give power to all the bath. So this is why we can create on-demand furnaces. Feel free to create shapes, feel free to create geometries, feel free to create something different and just ask us how to heat up your metal and we will. So this is a great question.
Yeah, I don't know if you have any other questions. Do not hesitate. We can speak to you Italian, Spanish, Portuguese, so feel free.
Yeah. I can see here another question. Why did you perform the air thermal power? This is a great question. I think we answered it during the presentation. As you saw, this is a conductive element. So that means the air is not a great conductor. So we find a way, based on our knowledge for immersion heaters, to heat up the air, and this is our answer, the air thermal power. Why is more efficient? Because inside of this compound, you have the same technology that you can find inside the immersion heaters. So it's very efficient. So I don't know if people are interested about that, but we can just share the study we made with the graph of how long we spend to heat up the lathe to preheat. And we know that electricity is the key point for the next generation, and everybody wants to avoid gas burners. So this is why we deeply involved in these new products, electrical products.
Yeah, the key pilot that we made today with Bérangère, we're saving all the data. We are having a graph showing the temperatures achieved during the time we made the trial. So any interest that you can have in this information, we can share with you everything. And even send you pictures, videos, everything is, we have the possibility to share everything with you.
I can see here another question. How long is retrofit for refractory using immersion heaters? This is a great question. I don't think we can give a clear answer, but for sure, using immersion heaters, you will have less corundum inside. Well, the best option is to have no corundum, but we will have less corundum inside your furnace. So that means you can expect the lifespan of your refractory longer. Yeah. And this is a great point regarding maintenance, because it's a real cost to stop the production line, to remove the furnace, to rebuild the refractory, to preheat. And well, of course, with immersion heaters, you can expect better performances to your refractory. This is the benefit costs and the benefits that Brandon presented to you in the sum up of the technology.
Yeah.
We can see here another question.
Will the aluminium overheat with immersion heater? Basically not. If you respect the data that you gave us initially, the temperatures, the power supply, it cannot overheat. It will always remain at the good temperature. And also, if you're using a control panel, a control cabinet as the Watt mobile device, then you will set up a temperature when you reach it, the heater stops or maintains the temperature. So you do not risk to have overheating the aluminium. You just have better and quicker heating systems. And yeah, no risk of overheating the aluminium.
Another one, I don't understand why you develop L-type. This is easy to answer, sorry. We developed the L-type for people working with a low aluminium level of bath or launders. I don't know which country come from this question, but you can see in the US, for example, this is a trend. You can have a big melting furnaces giving aluminium to all the working area through launders. This is a perfect solution. You are losing a lot of temperature each meter. I don't know, you have to make the estimation, we can support you for that. But for sure the L-type here and here is the best solution. So that means with 200 millimeters of aluminium bath, correct me, Brandon, if I'm wrong, we can provide you this solution. So that means it's the best way to heat up a launder instead of a cover or something else. This is the best way to do it. Yeah,
that's also a product that's very used and common in cast houses, smelters, where launders are more common. In Europe, foundries do not use much launders. In the US, it's the exception, but you find a lot of these products for cast houses and smelters.
I don't know if we have other questions. We're just waiting for it.
Well, maybe I think we can just sum up a little what we talked about today. So
yeah, sure.
So yeah, we present to you all our conductive heating systems, whether I-type, L-type, also our new technology, the air thermal power heater. We also developed some products that we designed around these technologies, whether conductive or not, like the Twiga heating station, the Watt mobile device, or even furnaces with immersion heaters, all built around our knowledge and experience on immersion heaters. And in the end, yeah, whatever question, whatever inquiry you have, do not hesitate to contact us via talk application of Euroguss 2021, or even contact us on our email addresses. Maybe you want to finish with the opening of our new subsidiary in Mexico.
Yeah, sure. Hola Mexico again. Yeah, the Mexican market is very important for us and is growing faster and faster. So soon we will be able to announce that we will open Lethiguel Mexico by the end of the year. So we will be able to provide technical services directly from Mexico. So this is a great news. And we are proud to announce it to you, and thanks for the Mexican market to support us and to be here. We will follow you. Here we are, and just count on us. We will be there. Okay, maybe I can see another question here on the screen. Can you melt using immersion heaters? This is a great question. As you can see before, the air is not the optimized way to use immersion heaters. But we are not able now to melt on using immersion heaters, but we already design and provide to some customer a kind of mix, melting with gas and holding the temperature with holding and raising the temperature with immersion heaters. So we are not able now to provide you 100% electrical system to melt, but soon I think we will be able to do that. But now we have kind of solution providing you melting by gas and raising up the temperature and holding by immersion heaters, and it's a very efficient solution.
Yeah, we had some projects for melting with immersion heaters. It's still in development.
Yeah.
Maybe in the coming years we'll be able to give you more details about it and share maybe a new product. Let's see what happens in the future.
Well,
so yeah, in the end,
I think this is pretty much for now.
Yeah.
We announce everything. Feel free to send us some requests if you have. Feel free to contact us for any requests for immersion heaters, for furnace, for ladle. Here we are. We are working from Japan to Mexico, through Europe also. So here we are, providing you the best way to heat up the metal.
So thank you very much again for your interest in our product. Thank you for joining us during this presentation, and may we see you soon in Mexico or any other country.
Bye. Thank you.
Bye. Thank you very much for your time and for your time during this test. So I was very pleased to present you the Twiga equipment. So we, as Michael and Brandon said, we are hope to see you soon. Thank you very much.